Hi. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday? Is it only Tuesday? Oh my gosh. It feels like a week was yesterday. So yesterday was one whole week. But today I think will be just a day. I'm hoping it will be just one day instead of the whole week. Let's see here. Move some things around. We are in the month of the Dear Mother. The Dear Mother representing natural female leadership. And we're examining what that looks like. What does a world look like in which female leadership is considered natural, not an anomaly, not special, not historic, but rather normal? When we are living in a world of the colonized mind, the mind that has been overtaken by patriarchy, we think of female leadership as unusual or special or historic or revolutionary, but it's not. It's as natural as the sun rising every day. It's as natural as the procession of the seasons. Female leadership is as normal and as natural in the long span of human history as the corn growing. We've only been taught in the last 2,500 years that female leadership is unusual. It's not true. That's a false history. So let's reclaim today the ancient, the true, the 35,000 year history of female leadership. And that doesn't mean that there are no male leaders. It just means that female leadership is normal and natural and just as expected as male leadership. So that's the Dear Mother, one of her important components in a nutshell. And we are moving briskly along with our Guanyin practice. We're already over 50,000 recitations of our mantras in that practice, which is exciting. I can't believe it. We just started on November 2nd and already, bam, 50,000. And if you chant along with us, make sure you always drop your counts in the comments at the end so that I know to come back and count them into our overall million count that we're aiming for. Yesterday's card was cedar, and it took me all day, but finally last night I got some cedar boughs from the trees outside here at my house on the boil, and it boiled all night. And I woke up and the air in this house was so much less staticky and so much fresher. Just smelled good and the air was moist. It felt so good. I think I'm going to do it again today. Boiling herbs on the stove, boiling herbs over the fire, also an ancient technology. When the Dear Mother ascends the mountain, victorious in her splendor, she brings with her the elixir of the forest. With precious incense, fragrant and sweetly scented, the mountain is purified, the forest is purified, the waters are purified, the animals are purified, the deities are purified, the spirits are purified, the ancestors are purified, our families are purified, The sun is purified. The moon is purified. The stars are purified. The cosmos is purified. My life force is purified. Your life force is purified. Obstacles removed, wounds are healed, good words are spoken. All around us is purified, is purified, is purified. Today we have the cheetah. Fast moving, sleek, elegant, big teeth. Let's find out about the cheetah. I've been recently doing a deep dive into big cat energy for a class that I'm teaching. I've been doing a little research on various different clawed and fanged beings and learning about all the different categorizations: cougar, mountain lion, cheetah, lynx, leopard, panther, jaguar. They're so close in certain ways. Let's find out about the cheetah. And this is from the Field Guide deck, by the way. Take control of lazy limits and mushy boundaries. Let's take a moment. Take control of lazy limits and mushy boundaries. Weed out distractions and assess your next step wisely. Know thyself and take pride in the whole package, enjoying your beautifully moving parts and your breathtaking fur. Don't forget to wash behind your ears. Our keywords for cheetah today: raw strength, loyalty, calculated wildness. I'm so here for calculated wildness. That's such a amazing, we need that wildness, but we also need to have space for structure. So a little calculated wildness is fantastic. Cunning, tact, determination, fierceness, mothering, boundaries, and balancing. I've been feeling this. Have you been feeling this? That women are starting to get their claws and their fangs and their readiness. I'm not talking about like in that fake way that's like Sybil Shepherd tossing her hair in a commercial and being like, I'm worth it. I'm not talking about that reactionary, we're finding our claws and we're mad at you and no, I'm not talking about that kind of wildness. I'm talking about we brought you here. There would be no life without us. We kept you alive when you were a mewling kitten. And now we are here to tell you what needs to be done for humanity to survive. Anybody with me on this? I've been feeling that. I've been feeling that sense of like, patriarchy, you go right ahead and sit in that corner and have a little time out. And when you've calmed down, then we're going to have a conversation about what's going to happen next. That's where I'm at right now. And I invite you to join me there. That's like, not like in your face, I'm so tough. That is not leadership. It's more just like calm, present, centered, and ferocious all at the same time. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for that. So that is what the cheetah brings us today. It brings us that sense of like presence, calm, and poise. The cheetah is there, totally frozen, watching everything, listening to everything, perceiving, smelling, sensing, can feel the air, taking the air across the palate, smelling that way. That energy of we are coiled, poised, and ready for what comes next. I will stand my ground. I will pounce when it's time to seize an opportunity. I will show my tooth and my claw in defense of what's right, in defense of my young, in defense of the defenseless. I will hold a certain space that is completely confident and completely present for the power that I naturally wield in myself. This is what I'm here for. This is what the cheetah can bring us today. Natural female power. Mothering, mother protector, mother warrior. And I won't back down, says Mary Beth. I love it. Thank you. All right, everybody, that's our short bit for today. Sharpen those claws, test those fangs, eat something delicious, pounce on an opportunity. Don't be afraid to set a boundary, and don't be afraid to calmly look the patriarchy in the face and say, I brought you into this world. That's where we're at right now. And we will be back with that tomorrow. But if you'd like to stay on for Guanyin, that starts now with 3 prostrations before the shrine. Oh, it would help if I brought my shawl. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention today for Aura's Uncle Sam, who's now really not doing well. He has COVID. And it's impacted him severely, and he's in the ICU and on life support. And what we want to do is just to provide gentle, loving power at this threshold so that his spirit can either choose to remain or be free to go on as he holds his own spiritual destiny in his own hands at this time. And for comfort to all those around him who are struggling. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. And let's make our offerings. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guanxi Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. I realized I forgot to do water bowls yesterday when I went to clean them out. I was like, oops. Omahum. 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 Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. And now let's chant 108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, calling out to and awakening within that nature of Guan Yin's compassion that we all carry. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Nam mô Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát. 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pu Sa. 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 Okay. Whatever actions you engage in, do not do anything non-dharmic that fails to become the accumulation of merit and wisdom. Do not desire anything other than omniscient Buddhahood and benefiting sentient beings. Do not be attached to anything. Attachment itself is the root of bondage. Do not criticize other teachings and do not disparage people. All the teachings are ultimately indivisible, like the taste of salt. Do not criticize any of the higher or lower vehicles. They are identical in being the path to be journeyed, just like the steps on a staircase. You cannot know another person unless you can perceive with super knowledge, so do not criticize others. In general, all sentient beings are, by their very nature, spontaneously perfect Buddhas. They possess the essence of enlightenment. Do not examine other people's faults or delusions. Do not examine the limitations of others. Examine how you can change your own. Do not examine the shortcomings of others, but examine your own shortcomings. The greatest of evils is to hold religious prejudice and to criticize other people without knowing their mind. So give up prejudice as if it were poison. Recently, in one of my big cat journeys, I received a very specific piece of guidance that sort of applies to that prayer. It was to turn away from things that bother me instead of looking at them closer. And that was very helpful. Just the same way, like, you know, cats will just act like nothing's going on. Like, la la la, I'm over here. Oh yeah, that's fine, the vacuum cleaner, whatever. You know, they'll act kind of really cool about it, but that's because they actually are cool about it. They're very in the moment and they're very present for what's going on. So we can today now, you know, move into that paradigm of just being like, okay, 2020, it's been so intense. There's been so much happening. We are all worn out psychologically, and in many cases, exhausted physically from the anxiety of COVID-19, of the election, of, murder hornets, everything. So now we have this opportunity and we have to take it. The opportunity to say, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen with this world. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I want to be part of the solution. At the same time, if this world is struggling, I also want to be able to be in my joy. I want to be able to, look at the face of my grandchild and be happy, or to sit and talk with a friend and be happy. Sometimes we just have to decide to be happy anyway, to be content anyway. So let's try that today. No matter what's going on, we're going to reach for that sense of content with where we are and what we do have, grateful for our lives, grateful for the people who love us, grateful for good work if we have it, grateful for health if we have it, grateful for whatever we have. And we're going to turn away from all that life is not right now, rather than fixating on it. Okay, want to try that with me? Let's try it. 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum. And we're sending especially the light of this round of chanting to Aura, Sam, and Sam's family. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guan Yin in our hearts. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guan Yin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And don't forget to put your counts in the comments, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Go find that inner cheetah.